Greetings, my name's Tim Johnson. This is Recovery, Strength, Hope and Courage. Just making this video today to fully explain the Wim Hof method, which I've been using for the last 2 months, which has really revamped my recovery and changed my life in a lot of ways. And I'm making it because there's been a lot of interest from some of the groups that I'm on, particularly the Peace Love Recovery group. Christine made some comments within that she was thinking of organising the cold shower challenge. Well, I just want to explain, because I've done a lot of work on this now, a lot of because I think that's a great idea, and I encourage you to try this method wholeheartedly, because but I really want to explain the science behind it. I've done a lot of work on discovering, and not just listening to what Wim Hof has to say about it, but looking at the scientists' explanations for what's happening in your body when you employ this method. And I think that for particularly in later recovery, the next stage on, any time during recovery, you can use this method and withdrawal at any time during your recovery. This method is fantastic. But particularly as you're gaining strength and getting into sort of later recovery, and you hit that sort of block where nothing seems to be changing, and you're getting a bit, as I explained in my other video, a little bit impatient or whatever, you're still feeling a bit the same. This will really change your life. That's all I can say. And that sounds a bit dramatic, but it's true. And also, I want to talk about 6 food groups to cut out of your diet as well, which will also, let me tell you, change your life, because it's changed mine. Quickly, the Wim Hof method. As I explained in the last video, what it was all about. It's a 3-pronged method of breathing techniques, meditation, and exposure to cold. And there's very good reasons for employing those 3 pillars, if you like, of this method, and in doing them properly. And I'll tell you how I incorporate them into my day, and what actually happens when you're doing each one of these things, what happens to your body scientifically, and why it's so good for you. Because this method will change not only this will help you become more healthy, your body will become more healthy, more efficient. You'll burn calories more efficiently. You'll have more masses of more energy, and your mood will increase tenfold. It really will, and the results are very quick. It's one of these things that you have to put the work in, but the results are, and the feelings you get from this are more or less instantaneous. You're feeling them straight away. But you need, and as I said this in the other video about discipline, you need discipline and focus for this method. So you need to practice it on a daily basis. So you need to find a bit of time. Now, I do the breathing techniques twice a day. You don't have to do that. The reason I do it is I started off by doing it I've been doing this 2.5 months now. For the first 6 to 8 weeks, it was only once a day, and that is enough for your body, because the effects of the breathing techniques will last all day in your body, basically, what you're doing chemically with the breathing techniques. But I do it twice a day, and there's, you can do it as many times as you like, really, and you can do it when you're feeling stressed or whatever. There's no set golden rule for this, but you only need to do it once. So if it's a time issue, it's not an issue really. I do it twice to get the benefits stronger into the body when I'm sleeping, because I do it late afternoon. So my body's operating while it's sleeping as well, healing, and I'm feeling the effects, and it's helping me sleep as well. So that's why I'm doing it twice a day. The breathing techniques will take you between 15 and 20 minutes to do when you're doing them properly. And as I said before in the last video, the way you do them, I do them lying down. You can do them sitting up in the yoga position, in a meditation position, sitting in a chair. As long as you relax before you do it, that's the important thing. Your body has to be ready to take on oxygen. So I do it as soon as I wake up in the morning, before I do anything else, before I eat, before I do anything, I do this. So I do mine lying in bed, basically. And I have a stopwatch with mine as well, which is quite useful, which I'll explain in a second. So I start by taking 40 deep breaths, and you take them from your stomach, below your diaphragm. So it starts in your stomach, and they have to be really deep, and they build up into your diaphragm and into your chest. So it's but I do it through my mouth. And I find I get more air in through my mouth, and Wim Hof says through the mouth. So it's like they call it the balloon breath, like I said in the last video. So it's and then hold for a second, relax out. So it's like not all the way out. So you're sort of 50, 60, 70% out. Not all the carbon dioxide's coming out. So it's like 40 times strong. So you're getting masses of oxygen in your body. You might feel a bit lightheaded, which is why it's important not to do this in water, or and to do it sitting where you're safe and lying down. So you might feel a little lightheaded. You might feel tingling in the ends of your fingers. You might feel in your toes, in parts of your body. That's great because that's just you loading up with oxygen. Your cells are ready to take on all this extra oxygen, which we don't take on. We only take 50, 60% of the oxygen we need in a day normally, and this will increase this to over 100% and more. You'll be amazed what your body can do and your mind can do. So 40 times this breath's in. Come to your 40th breath and you're in, out, and hold. And you hold this breath for as long as you can comfortably. And this, it can range. The first round of breathing could be well over a minute and a half. Anything over a minute and a half is really good. Just as long as you feel comfortable. When you want to let that breath out, then let it out. When you want to breathe again, you breathe in deeply and hold it again. And push the air into the top of your head. Feel it, push it into the top of your head, and you'll get a massive feeling of exhilaration, which is all the serotonin and dopamine. You're activating your opioids, your cannabinoids, natural opioids and cannabinoids in your brain, your endorphins. You're activating every system in your brain with this. So you do that and you hold again and then out, and then repeat the round of breathing again. And you can do this up to 5 times if you want these rounds. I do it 4 or 5 times, depending how I'm feeling these rounds. So it's 40 breaths in and out, and then breathe in, hold, and breathe out and hold for as long as you can. Then let out, breathe in again and hold. Push it up into your brain and then out. And that's 1 round. So like 4 or 5 rounds. And this will take you 15 to 20 minutes if you're doing it properly. So you need to dedicate that time to it. And you'll feel amazing. What's happening in your body is you're not only releasing all these chemicals in your brain naturally. When you're holding that breath, your body is going totally alkaline. And this is all proven with pH. You can buy litmus paper from the chemist, test your body before you do this, test it after. You send your body into a state of alkalinity. No diseases can, like a cancer and these sort of diseases can, and colds and influenza and all these sort of things can't grow in, or very difficult to grow in alkaline conditions. They need acidic conditions, which is why it's great to have alkaline foods like lemon and stuff like that first thing in the morning. Sends your body into this. It sends his body into the state of alkalinity for up to 12 hours more, and that is amazing for your body. Not only is it doing that, it releases masses of adrenaline into your body. It kicks your immune system in. So you send T cells all over your body, and they're not sure why this happens, but this happens. So it's making your immune system work twice as hard, and it's basically sending all this adrenaline and energy and alkalinity through your body. But not only that, all the endorphins, cannabinoids, opioids, serotonin, dopamine, all that's being released naturally into your body with this method. But the one thing it does, which is really important, which links into with the cold method, it switches off your pain receptors on your skin and just under your skin. Now, there's a real long name for this. I'm not going to go into this, but scientists have proven this happens with this breathing technique. These 3, they're triangular. You have to meet like a triangular 3 types of cell on the surface, and they make you feel pain on the surface of your skin, heat, cold, all this sort of thing, and pain in general. And another benefit of the breathing, by the way, it releases masses of inflammatory systems into your skin and to your muscles. So you're getting naturally, you don't have to take pills for pain. It's cutting out pain naturally. And this lasts up for 8 to 10 to 12 hours naturally in your body. So anyway, this switches off these pain receptors in your skin, which is why it links into the cold. It allows you to experience really, really cold techniques, like ice cold baths, cold showers, this type of thing. Wim Hof suggests that you start off with cold showers, and I have 2 cold showers daily, but I also have an ice bath every 2 days. Now I've moved on to that stage after 2 months. What happens then when you're taking this cold is it's massively boosting your immune system. Not only that, it's giving you adrenaline and more energy into your body. But the most important thing of all, because these pain receptors have been switched off, it allows your body to start burning what's called brown fat. And it's very, very rare this happens in the human body, and you need it for endurance and energy and strength, which is why that he's been able to do all these amazing endurance things and find this elevated state of being, if you like, where he's climbed Everest, in a record time up to the death zone in just a pair of shorts, basically defying what's human. I mean, he hung from a cliff, and this is all documented in the Guinness Book of Records, 100 meters up on a cliff by one finger for an hour. Explain that. And Kilimanjaro, 2 days record time with no oxygen, in just a shorts and under the ice, into the ice for 2 hours. These are all amazing things. But the reason he's got this massive endurance is because his body's kicked in, burning this brown fat. Because these pain receptors, if you learn this with the breathing techniques, it switches all this off, those feelings of pain in your body, the anti-inflammatories and all the rest of it. This system does you nothing but good, but you have to include meditation into it. And you may think, oh, that's a bit woo-woo. It's not 100% necessary, but you need that focus and that belief to do this, and it really helps. The meditation part helps. The breathing will kick you into a natural state of meditation anyway, naturally. And you'll experience that feeling of just being in your own brain, just with the breathing techniques. And that's really important to start. And then more as you go along the yoga and the stretching and the press ups. I mean, I'm on an advanced stage now. I mean, I'm doing 150 press ups a day, 100 sit ups a day, all calisthenic exercises, and also this 20 to 40-minute yoga session every day, which is again in the Wim Hof method. You have to subscribe to his website to get that extra information. But initially, the breathing and and that doesn't cost, by the way, to go and see the Wim Hof method on his website. So go and have a look at that. If the yoga, stretching, and all the rest of it, all that's part of it. So it's the 3 pillars. So, and I meditate twice a day for 10 minutes a day, and that's all I need with the breathing techniques as well. So the breathing techniques I do twice a day now. You only need to do them once. The showers, I do them twice a day, but again, you only need to do that once. It all links in, and it all, you need to do the breathing and the showers, and you need to do a bit of meditation as well, and that'll do you nothing but good. Trust me. It is, and again, I'm a skeptic until things are proven to me. I'm a skeptic. I have 100% more energy. I have 100% more endurance, and this is only after, bear in mind, 10 weeks. I have a mood which is never, it's always of a level of calmness and peace and happiness. It's this technique, I have no pain. I have a metal hip which gave me loads of pain, but doesn't give me any pain anymore. I don't get ill. I've not had any sort of feeling of downness, illness, sniffles, colds, anything such as that. This has also been proven to switch off autoimmune diseases such as arthritis. And look all this up. This is all proven, scientific. So this is all laboratory tested, as I explained last time. Multiple sclerosis, all these autoimmune diseases, because it boosts the immune system to such an extent, this method. So the breathing and the cold and the meditation linked into it. But the breathing and the cold, the 2 most important parts of it. Like I say, the breathing takes you into the meditation. So the challenge you're talking about in the Peace Love Recovery group, the cold shower, please do it, all of you. I implore you to try this method, even if you just try it for a couple of days, but just feel the benefits of it straight away. And you'll be able to use it at any time of the day. You'll be able to use it to, ward off cravings, to do, if you're in early recovery, to give you more energy in early recovery, to boost your immune system in early recovery, to do all these things, to switch off pain in your early recovery and withdrawal. Give it a try, because it is amazing. So that's that. The 6 food groups which I have cut out of my diet, which is linked into the Wim Hof method, which I've researched again. It's not just from him, but he's done this, and in the people that follow his method also do this. And again, this can be a gradual process. These aren't natural foods for the body, and our bodies are allergic to them. So actually, by eating them, you're creating an immune response, and your body starts to fight them, which is why you can't lose weight. It's why you bloat. It's why you're sluggish, and it's why you have low mood, no energy, and can't face the day, depression, all these things. Stopping eating these things is difficult. It's not an easy ride, but it will again change you radically. Not only will you lose weight, you'll have masses of energy. You'll feel like you can conquer the world. Your mood, it'll help your mood. Yeah, be elevated. I can't say enough. And also, your body will start to change shape. You'll just feel 100% better, and you won't suffer for, it'll just go along with this method really well. So try it, and try it one at a time to start with if you find it hard, because you're going to get cravings. But cravings is good for these foods, because what it means is that you are allergic to them, because your body is craving them, because the immune cells that your body has made to fight these foods are looking for them, and they're not in there. So your body's craving them to fight, if you know what I mean. If you can explain that. Again, this is scientific knowledge, scientifically proven. Look it up. So cut them out one by one. I mean, it might not be all of them that you're allergic to, but none of them are good for you anyway. So, and they all cause disease, and they all cause mood alteration, and depression, and fatigue, sluggishness, and weight gain, and bloating, and all these things, the water retention, all caused by these foods. So number one is gluten and all gluten products. So that's anything white. Obviously, you can look up what these products are, but anything white, flour, bread, white pasta, white rice, anything that's made with white flour basically, and contains gluten, cut it out of your diet. It's not natural. It's biologically made, GM food, and your body's not made to digest it. It will fight it, and which is why it causes loads of problems. Same with dairy, because of all the shit that they add into dairy food, and all this antibiotics and chemicals that they add in. Even organic dairy is not good. So all dairy produce, including eggs, cut out. And just give this a try, because again, it's not easy, but do them one at a time and just see how they affect you. And it's taken me a couple 2.5, 3 months to cut all these foods out of my diet, but it's amazing the difference it's made to me. Sugar, bit of an obvious one. Sugar is not made for us to eat, and it's in everything. So anything with sugar in it. Basically, the rule I have is I just don't eat anything that's made. It comes out of a packet. Nothing processed. Sugar is definitely one that is a real difficult one, cravings wise. But you'll find after 2 or 3 days the cravings go, and you just don't need it anymore. Your body doesn't need it. Artificial sweeteners, so anything aspartame or any of those, the cancer causing, and again, they are not natural for your body. Your body fights them. And peanuts, believe it or not, is another one. Peanuts are not meant for us to eat. And I know this was the hardest one for me, because I love peanuts. But I found as soon as I cut them out, I felt better. And they used to cause bloating with me. Used to look as though I had a belly all the time. That's gone. totally. So, and I don't crave them at all anymore. Other nuts are great, almonds, Brazil nuts, that type of thing. But even cashew nuts aren't good for you in that respect. So I cut cashew nuts out as well. But every other nuts, Brazil, almonds, all that sort of nut, coconut even. Coconut milk is good, anything like that. But just peanuts, cut them out. Soy is the other one, is the final one. Any soy product, basically, not natural, not good for you, not good for your body. Your body can't digest it properly, so it fights it. So I hope that's been of help to you. These things aren't easy to do, and you may think, "Oh, bollocks, I can't, I can't be bothered." But I assure you, that's the way I felt a year ago. If you told me that I was going to do this method and the diet thing, because I would have just laughed in your face, because I just would have thought that I couldn't do it. I haven't got the guts or the determination or the will or the whatever you want to call it, or the discipline, as I like to say, to do it. But you do need those things for it, and the persistence and the patience and the discipline to do this. But you will reap the benefits from it. That's all I can tell you. And please give it a try, because it will change your life radically just doing these two things. There are many other things in recovery that you need as well, as I've talked about in all my other videos. But these two things will radically alter the way you think and the way you feel and the way you are, just doing them. So give them a try. Allow time in your day. Set the alarm half an hour earlier in the morning for your breathing in your cold shower and your 10 minutes meditation. 45 minutes is all you need. 40 minutes just to get those three done. Start your day. Amazing. You'll feel brilliant. Anyway, that's all from me. Subscribe if you like it. Like the video if you like it. Share the video if you like it. And pass it on to people that you may think that people aren't in recovery as well. And any human being will benefit from these two things. So that's all from me. And don't forget, today's the day to start this. Carpe diem, seize the day. Start this today. And if you're struggling, just hold on, because it will get better. It does get better. Discipline and determination, drive, willpower, persistence and patience. Keep going, 100% commitment, and you will achieve massive things that you could never have believed possible. Trust me, as one who knows, who is now just over a year in, and my life has changed. Much love to you all. Speak next time. Bye-bye.